welcome back to another episode of Ahsoka Season 1, Episode 2. What happened to Ezra Bridger before Ahsoka? Curious about what transpired in Ezra Bridger's life before the events of Ahsoka? Join us as we delve into the untold story of this enigmatic character's past. Uncover the mysteries, adventures, and challenges he faced on his journey leading up to Ahsoka. Get ready for an exciting exploration of Ezra Bridger's pre-Ahsoka life that you won't want to miss. Warning, spoilers ahead, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The new Star Wars series may have Ahsoka as its lead character, but she's not the only one who is finally getting some live-action love. Before any burgeoning Sith can outwit them, Ahsoka is seeking to locate Grand Admiral Thrawn and save Ezra Bridger with the assistance of Mandalorian Sabine Wren and General Hera Syndulla. This plotline is directly related to the scene at the end of Star Wars, Rebels, where all of these characters first met. We are aware that Ezra gave his life to save his comrades and all of Lothal, and that Sabine will stop at nothing to win Ezra's return. But how precisely did this all come to pass? We must first comprehend Ezra's identity and background in order to comprehend what transpired to him and the entire Ghost crew. Taylor Gray's character Ezra is an orphan at the beginning of Rebels. He is impulsive, selfish, and alone. Before he encounters the Ghost crew and joins the fledgling rebellion, he has lost both of his parents, is living alone on Lothal, and primarily tends to himself. The captain, Hera Syndulla, is on board, as are her husband, the Jedi Kanan Jarrus, their Lasat Muscle, Zeb Orrelios, the dissident Mandalorian Ahsoka, Sabine Wren, and last but not least, the ship's droid, Ahsoka. Chopper, a well-liked droid with one of the highest canonical kill totals, yeah, really. Ezra discovers a family and a purpose with this group. Ezra literally matures throughout the course of the episode, from a carefree young kid to a Jedi ready to give his life to save everyone he loves. Ezra is Force-sensitive, like many of the main characters in Star Wars. As he learns more about the rebellion's mission, he also develops his Jedi skills by accepting a position as a Padawan under the initially reticent Kanan, who is unquestionably the best master you could ever hope to have. Similar to Ahsoka, Kanan rejects many of the Jedi's teachings. Instead, he makes an effort to educate Ezra as much as he can without resorting to rigorous anti-attachment rants or maintaining a deliberate distance from everyday individuals. They are attempting to save regular people, they are regular people, and they love and feel the same as regular people do. It is because of this teaching and the family that Ezra joins that he develops not just into a strong force but also into a lovely person. What happened to Ezra in Star Wars Rebels? The Rebels' conclusion marks the beginning of the rebellion as it was depicted in the first 3 films. The program, like Rogue One, focused more on telling intimate tales of individual deeds than on telling a great, overarching tale of powerful heroes. The crew of the Ghost and several other Rebel cells are able to oppose the authority of Grand Admiral Thrawn with Ahsoka's assistance as the Agent Fulcrum. After seizing Lothal, his army advances on him in an effort to put an end to the conflict. Only Ezra foresaw that the only way they could win was by going to great lengths. Thrawn was crafty and ruthless like all Imperials. There was little he wouldn't do to meet his goals, so Ezra had to do the same. Ezra travels to Thrawn's ship to kill him while the rebels handle the main battle. Darth Sidious even tempts him with the prospect of gaining his parents back, but he resists the temptation out of love for his new family and commitment to their cause. We have been exposed to animals known as Purgil earlier in the program. They're essentially enormous space whales with tentacles that inhabit deep space and have hyperspace travel capabilities. They had previously encountered the Ghost crew, whom Ezra had been able to communicate with via the Force. He used them as his Hail Mary at the Battle of Lothal. How much time has passed since the end of Star Wars Rebels? The Star Wars timeline might occasionally seem a bit confusing, but because of some decisions made for Ahsoka, we can really understand this quite well. In fact, Episode 2 of Ahsoka recreates the last scene from Rebels, right down to Sabine poking Ezra in the cheek. As Sabine assures the audience she knows Ezra is still out there and will find him, Ahsoka and Sabine cross paths at the mural of the crew Sabine made on Lothal. We're likely to see Ezra and Thrawn again soon, given that this is now the central theme of Ahsoka. How much time has actually elapsed since Ezra vanished if the show's timelines for this scene literally overlap? Short answer, if the timeline was likely slightly retconned, perhaps 10 years. And that seems likely given that Sabine has a history of being a Jedi in training. Long answer, there's no doubt that time has gone by since the conclusion of Rebels, but given how little Sabine and Ahsoka's ages have altered in the animated version of the scenario, it probably wasn't a decade. Although it feels a little earlier in the time frame, it is undoubtedly after the battle is over. It's probable they've altered that a little to fit the new extended timeline, given how Sabine looks to have aged up a bit from her late teens as she was in the animation. Ezra gave himself up over 10 years ago, but now his friends are trying to get him back. Thank you for watching.